Hello. Oh, we're off to a good start. Hello. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this. Hopefully, it's sort of our second time doing one of these full events. Last time was I don't I don't count Bahrain. Bahrain doesn't count. It's a short track. I don't. I feel like it might have been Rogue. Yep. Only use my dad's first one to leave the pits on the soft compound tire. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see since it's not like short quali where, if you qualify on mediums, you'll be farther down the grid. Here, you can qualify on mediums as long as you make it out of Q2. You can still be on pole and start on the mediums theoretically. So, mhm. Yeah, and since it is a 100% race, the tire wear won't be very bad. So it's very easy to improve on your time on worn tires. As Cubile actually just joined. Yep, you'll be out in Q1. Oh, he either gets the Mercedes. He might get a Mercedes if he doesn't pick a team. Hopefully it lets him pick a car. It might let him pick a car in Q2, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so basically it's just like a real race. You have Q1, Q2, Q3, and then 100% race distance after that. So stick around, strap in. It's gonna be a good one, I think. And also, I forgot to mention, yeah, it's realistic performance. So the Mercedes is as fast as a Mercedes, and the Williams is as slow as the Williams. So what we've done is we put our fastest ARC drivers into the slower cars. So we have Rogue and Gore, I think, are two unanimously quick drivers in the Williams. And okay, yeah, oh yeah, if me and Kira were racing, we'd definitely be in the Mercedes, but so we have to be commentary just so. Nile has hit the wall. He's got some serious wing damage. That was on his hot lap. Oh, he understeers into the wall.
That's gonna leave a mark.
I will leave a mark. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I only used my dad invalidated, I think, in the first sector. Yeah. Yeah, but the Alpha does have the Ferrari engine, so yeah. Guzman, yeah, we were supposed to have 20 drivers. One of them could not make it, and the other I think was late, so he might join in queue or in the race. Um, yeah, I think there's some confusion as to the start time of the race because everyone's used to racing a little bit later in the day. Yep. Gypsy qualifies, sets the time on the mediums, actually. Does a 148.6 as only used my dad. Sets his hot lap only 3/10 off of Boring and only 3 milliseconds faster than his teammate. P1. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that is. Sorry, that is my. I think my dark horse pick for the winner tonight. I think is BMW. Um. Yep. Yep. Anything can happen for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Spa is a very long track, so it's, you can't just focus on, 5 corners like you can in tracks like Austria, for example. There are a lot of, and the Rogue actually retires. Is that a DNF? I might be, actually. Let's go on board with the Alfa Romeo, or sorry, the Haas. Yeah, boring, or sorry, Rogue hit the wall. Coming out of Sector 2.
Keep going for now.
I can't, it's broken! It's broken!
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, he wasn't the Williams, but Rogue is like one of our faster drivers, so I wouldn't have been surprised to, you know, see him try to get out of Q1. Yeah, Rogue, I think, understeered coming out of Sector 2. Yeah, possibly. It's the Renault, yeah, it's of the hood. Of the hood's behind him coming up to finish his lap. Yeah, he does. Of the hood. Ooh. Yeah, of the hood sets a 147.3 on mediums. So we'll be hoping that's enough to get him out of Q1. Doth sets a Very good lap, actually. 146.0 on the Toro Rosso. Yeah, that's what I think they're doing as well. It might be a saving for, Q3, hoping that they will get into Q3 and, challenging for those top positions. Yep. I want to see how, yeah, and Gore's about to finish his lap. He's just on the last straight there. I want to see if, I want to see if he can get out of Q1. It is a challenge for him. His teammates will be finishing at P18 in quali. He's gonna come across the line here. He sets a 147.4. Yeah, so he is provisionally into Q2. However, Sahil and Wizard on faster cars haven't set a time yet. Sahil crossing the line soon. He's a little bit off the pace here. I think he's abandoned his haul up. Yeah. Yep. And yeah. Yeah, improves by 0.6. Good lap from him. It's a P9. Yeah. Better than the Merc, yeah. It does say he's on his hot lap, so I think he's just making a gap or something. Yeah. Yeah, it is very easy to spin, but yeah, that being said, you gotta get around to turn one. Misses the apex a little bit. I guess I'll stay on board with him for a lap. Oh, actually doesn't open his DRS. There he is. Let's see, as he ends his sector 1, he is 1.2 seconds slower than his previous time, so not sure what happened there. Oh, Dees goes wide onto the gravel, and that's his lap done. Yeah. Looks like he has abandoned his lap. Yep, he's going into the pits. starting. Yep. And then Doth going into the pits. And Gypsy abandoned his hot lap as well. Looks like maybe saving his tires perhaps, thinking that it'll be fine. Van Beats, I think, will be the next one across the line on an actual hot lap. Yeah. Oh, stays in third for a while, runs out of ERS, and only improves by 1/10. I think that keeps him in the same spot that he was in. He's got a bit of a gap though. They're Wally behind him, about 3/10. Yeah, it's a purple sector from him. And sector 2, he goes wide. Yeah.
Tax, please check DMs.
Okay. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, he needs to just finish this lap. I mean, he's gonna get out of Q1 with the Ferrari power, even though he doesn't have a perfect lap. So he just needs to, nail these apexes to be consistent. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the Wizard is another one of those dark horses that I see, winning this race. Ferrari very, very strong in Spa. How's it coming out fast? Don't spin. There we go. He's gonna be on pole. Yeah. And Rogue is 4/10 up on his time. Can he make it out of Q1? He does! P14! That pushes Van Beats. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. That's huge for Gore into Q2 on the Williams, beating out Chipsy by less than a tenth. Yeah, Van Beats and Wally, as well as Rogue, who DNF'd. Yeah, they get knocked out in Q1. So there you have it. After Q1, we have Wizard, who almost half a second, yeah, with that Ferrari power. But yeah, we'll see how these times actually start to improve a little bit. So a 44.9. We'll see how much faster these guys get as the qualifying sessions go on. Yep. Yeah, I know. I let him know that if the game gives him a Mercedes, he'll have to retire, unfortunately. I'm interested. It's curious that Gore actually fitted the mediums. There's absolutely no way he's gonna get out of Q2 on mediums in a Williams. So I think, oh, huge lockup in there. First one. No, he was the first one to make a lap. Yeah, he's abandoned that hot lap. I think rightfully so. Yep. D's, I think, will be setting the first time of the session so far. Coming across the line with a 146.8. And it's, ooh. Yeah, well, that was a banker. Yeah, that was a scrub lap for him. He still has 100% ERS. Niall gets a provisional pole with a 146.8 on mediums. Good lap from him. And yeah, he's in the red, but I think that's the right call from him to start on mediums. sorry, of the Hood has retired out of Radeon. Yes. Yeah, he's in the wall. Of the Hood's in the wall. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, so that's good news for Gore, and you know, so I don't know, maybe someone like Doth who are in the slower cars. No, I think he just scrubbed his lap. Yeah, never mind then. In lap. Yeah. Gore is really struggling on these mediums. He's locked up at turn 1, unless it's a little bit of a wheel spin. No, he doesn't. Is it red? Oh, yeah. I've been watching the whole lap here, and I don't know, he's still going, so I'm not sure. I'll stay on board with him. I'll see if he cancels it. He's 4/10ths down on his time, though. The heel gets P3 on mediums. Very good lap from him. Yeah. Yeah, and Babushka right in front of him just had a 1:45.8 as well. So yeah, good laps from both of those guys. I think that'll easily get him out of Q2. Oh, BMW almost loses it, the same spot that Rogue did. That would have been very bad because he's on his only hot lap right now, essentially. But I'm not sure this is going to be a good lap. Yeah, it's 44. Is he going to go for another one? No, he's not. Yeah. And he's still in mode 5 as well, so. Oh, BMW hits the wall ahead of him. Yeah, he's a second, over a second faster right now on his Delta. So he's provisionally, if he keeps this pace, he'll be on pole. Let's see how much time he gains or loses in the third sector. It's really easy to time and bust off. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but right now all the battles, of course, is P11 to P15. Boring right now. He's the last person in that bottom 5. Yeah, 3 milliseconds only separating those two. But on Boring here, he's gonna be trying to get out of Q2. His time to beat is a 1:46.1. Yeah. Oh, that's it. No. Yeah, so our Q2 eliminationees are Boring, Chipsy, BMW, Gore, and Of the Hood. So the two Renaults, both the Williams, one of the Red Bulls actually out of Q2. That's huge. And then both the, one of the Alfa Romeos. I mean, I'm impressed right now with Sahil and Doth. They have the Alfa Romeo and the Toro Rosso. They're in set very good lap times on the mediums. They're in good positions for the race. And so Rogue has actually let us know that he won't be able to make it to the race anymore. So yeah, Gore is now the only Williams. Let's see if he can bring home some points for the team as we start Q3. Just a 12-minute session this time, so it won't be as long. Yeah. Yeah, no, Sahil did a great job. He, you know, his teammate Boring P11 couldn't make it out of Q2, and Sahil, I think, wasn't even expecting to race today and had to fill in from someone else. And yeah, cuts the. Doth and Figlin actually ghosting inside of each other. They're actually racing a lot here, battling for track position. And then Figlin does let him go by. So the two Haas's definitely helping each other out. Well, at least Deez is going to get some good slipstream here. If only my dad decides to give him some. Yeah. Keeps it in mode 5, yeah. For the straight. It's lagging a little bit, Sahil. Less than a 10 separate the top two at the moment. Next up to cross line will be the two Haas's. I think only my dad will probably have the faster time. Actually, Deez has caught up to him quite a bit. Yeah. Failing crosses the line, 4/10 off his teammate with a 46-1. Separates the two Haases. Are they still racing? They're both in mode 5 too. Deez is already invalidated. I mean, they're doing their best Haas impression, that's for sure. Wizard next across the line here on his hot lap. He gets provisional pole with a 45.5. Yeah. No, I think everyone else is, actually, I might be right. Figlin is in mode 4. Might have set fuel for 2 hot laps in his run. He's on 12%. And he does by 2/10. That's enough to, yeah. That's the second row lockout for Racing Point so far. Of course, we got Niall and Doth. Yeah, and Babushka does the same thing as Doth. He says not to. He hasn't done an out lap. Instead of starting a hot lap, he jumps back into the pits, waits for the perfect opportunity here. Every 10th of a second here is going to be crucial. So the first person to start the lap will be Niall. Yeah. Very strong, yeah, track evolution. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, especially Monza where it's like people were staying out just to get that toe. Anyway, Niall's starting his haul up. I'll stay on board with him. See if he can beat out the current time of 1:45.5. I think he can. I think the fastest time in Q1 or Q2 was 44.9. So definitely some time to gain here still. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's invalidated. He'll have to scrap that lap. He has time to do one more. Yeah. He's keeping it in mode 5. I think he has manual, or sorry, auto ERS on. Which might hurt him in the end, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'm interested that Wizard actually staying in the pits as is Figlin. More actually Figlin, I think Figlin coming out now, but Wizard, yeah, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna improve on his time, so he's feels like he set a good time. I would, if I was his teammate, if I was his engineer, I would be fuming, but we'll see. Maybe he's wrong, or maybe he's right. Maybe his time is good enough for pole. But is gets pole. There you go. I think the map shows you if you got purple, a purple lap, it shows you all track purple. But yeah, I do think Sakil has the potential. Who has joined? Oh. Oh, D's goes just wide. Really? Yeah. Good enough for fifth. I think he meant to retire. But yeah, only use my dad's going slow. The only one realistically who has a chance of beating. And there you have it. Very good lap from him. I mean, I'm surprised to see him up there, especially considering his teammates 7/10 slower. Huge lap from him. And there you. Yeah. 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 Well, it's good. I think that's, you know, job done on my end. You know, gotten these guys into a balanced situation. You can see from the Q3 times, everyone within 7/10. But yeah, the question is, yeah, what Niall would have gotten had he not invalidated his lap. I'm sure he's going to be annoyed with himself. Yeah, we have Creamy in the Mercedes actually, which is good, considering that means Kubile will have the Renault or whatever car he has. Hopefully Creamy leaves though. I feel like maybe Kubile got Creamy to join just so he could take the Mercedes. It's a possibility. And yeah, Creamy no longer in the session, so. And yeah, Figlin is complaining about only using my dad blocking him after retiring from the session as we get underway with our formation lap.
And radio check, please.
I'm moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster.
Yeah. Yep. That is correct. Yeah, Rogue is still in the pits. He's disconnected. He won't be racing. He has to have dinner, which I guess is more important in these trying times. And Sahil is complaining that he actually is not allowed to take over his own car. I hope that he'll be able to do that after the formation lap ends. Alright, as we line up for the grid, my eyes are on the front two. I think Doth might go for a move. I think everyone's gonna try to dive up the inside here. Hopefully he'll get see some interesting incidents. Yeah. Lovely. Cody's, please. Let me take a screenshot of the tires just in case. Might be a issue with the game here. We might have to restart.
Do we have a hung lobby?
Looks like we do.
Son of a gun.
Perhaps that might be the issue. I will let them know to restart the lobby.
Sorry, we just have to bring back the audio for a second. But yeah, that is only used my dad and Babushka way ahead of the pack by 8 seconds. They really did something during the safety car, the VSC, to get there.
Just checking in on team radio for Team Haas. It seems that Deez Grills has had his race ruined by Sahil's Ghost on the start.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Sahil had to restart, we believe, due to his 45-minute timer.
It's now 2 hours, thank you. Rogue still in the pits. We'll place further down than Righteous. Ooh! Krieg's going a bit wide, turn 1. Just looking for the, unfortunately my
Nile
interval...
going for a move on Wizard on the outside. Wizard almost pushed us onto the grass.
And as we come into the braking zone, we'll have to see what happens here. Oh, and Nile takes a compromising line, but not too bad. Leaves enough space. Oh, Wizard almost spins on the exit there. Getting a bit bent out of shape.
Good battle here in the midfield.
And it looks like Gorse
Oh, the
actually...
chasing Doth.
Yeah, Gorse up into 10th position on mediums and that Williams. He's further ahead than almost half of the grid already.
Yeah,
but
so
unfortunately...
one yellow flag.
That'll be the... Oh, that's a Haas! That's a Haas who's somewhere spun off!
Oh yeah, that's a DNF from Deez.
And Deez Grills is DNF. Oh, bad luck for him.
Man, my timings are a little bit glitchy right now, so I can't really see what we should follow. Looks like, yeah, the battle for 10th here. As Van Beest looks to make a move.
Sorry,
Gore.
Wizard almost just rear ends Nile there. Going back to Gore, he's getting... Oh, Van Beets is looking for a move on him. Van is actually out of energy deployment for this lap.
Yeah, that's auto ARS for you.
Yeah, and it's even changing ARS when it's... He's lost a significant chunk of time to Gore just for that alone. And it looks like we're having more stops in the opening laps. Kriegs and the Mercedes already down and into the pits onto new tires. Babu and Only Use My Dad, again, they still have a 7.5 second lead. I don't know what they did during VSC, but they certainly broke away from the pack.
And Boring passing his older sister car, the Ferrari. And now Wizard actually goes from P3 to P5 in the course of 1 lap. VSC again? That's another car going slowly out of Radeon. That's an Alpha.
Yeah,
That must be Sahil.
That is the Alpha of Sahil, who has picked up significant wing damage. Yeah, wing
he
damage
has
on
no
his
front wing.
on his left
And he
front.
I don't see a wing at all for him on the. It looks like he's just going to be retiring here.
Will he actually be?
He
Wow,
went
that is
straight on. And he has retired from the session.
his Ghost is gonna rejoin unsafely. Wow, that ooh, that was a bit of an unsafe rejoin from his Ghost. And actually, we have a
We have a VSC, the second one in 3 laps.
and here's a team radio actually from Kriegs, who witnessed Sahil's rejoin.
Just came back on the circuit like an idiot.
So he did, but that is unfortunately not Sahil. That was Sahil's Ghost, or maybe I should say fortunately. The VFC is still going on.
And we're racing again. Kublai going for a move on Wally. Almost gets pushed on the grass. Going into bus stop chicane. Fighting for P12 here. Does he move in? Inside he does. Kublai
Oh, and he locks it. He locks.
Locking up. But Wally Frere is pushed onto the curb and has to succeed that spot. Kublai is already miles ahead of him.
So we do, and it looks like the intervals are fixed now. Babushka has been within a second of Only Used by Dad for a very long time, but he hasn't gone for a move. Oh!
Outbreaks himself.
Yeah.
Very wide.
That is some. That's a missed braking point. That is. Just thought he had more braking power and obviously didn't. Maybe didn't have high enough of a pressure or something. But now it'll be Niall to lead the pack.
And BMW and Wizard side by side. Wizard gets pushed onto the gravel and loses another spot. Bad race start from him.
Yeah,
Hopefully it can happen later
opening-
on in the race.
the opening
but
stint for him has not been so great. He's been pushed to the side and just completely disrespected by his racing cohorts. Fife, if Fife is here, could you untime out that guy for 10 minutes from the chat? Or Nightbot's a bit strict.
we have our co-commentary. We have Righteous joining us in the commentary team
Righteous,
for a little bit.
hello.
Righteous, hello. Tell us what happened there in the first lap. We saw a little bit of your incident.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but Babushka is going for a move on Only Used by Dad coming into the bus stop, and it looks like he'll get the move done. Only Used by Dad looks for a
good
switchback,
from Only
and
Used
this
by
is
Dad, though.
this is a drag race on the start-finish straight, coming into turn 1. Only Used by Dad has the outside, Babushka on the inside. Oh, Only Used by Dad gets to brake a bit later, but Babushka is taking the racing line through there, gets the power down. Only Used by Dad will have DRS coming up the Kemmel, isn't using his energy reserves at the moment. And Babushka is. He is on mode 4.
There's a car who was spun actually coming out of bus stop. I think that might have been Figlin.
Only Used by Dad is
Yeah.
out of energy with going for the inside of Babushka coming up into Lake Combe. Babushka has to let him by. Will he go for the switchback? He looks for it, but actually, Only Used by Dad positions his
there's
car
a little
perfectly, and there's a bit of contact. That was amazing defensive driving from Only Used by Dad. Knows exactly where to put his car to make sure Babushka can't get a switchback on him coming through the line. He knew there was a weakness for his line. He knew that Babushka was going to try a switchback, and he just puts his car right in the middle, make sure Babushka cannot get. Fantastic driving by both of them.
Guys, I just got back from the Alpha garage if you'd like to know what happened with Sahil.
Sure.
Sahil says he just doesn't have it today. He had an incident lap 1, and then after he pitted, he had another incident and has decided to retire from the race.
So he's a coward who retired. Great.
He's a coward who retired on track.
Well, thank you, Ajax Oho, our pit lane reporter. This is Ajax Oho, our pit lane reporter, also known by Phil. And
Yeah, Righteous, thanks for waiting. We'll check in with you. Walk us through your lap 1 for us.
So, I guess the lobby was a little glitchy, and we sat on the start line for a little bit, and So first off, just coming into the first corner, I guess the tires were a lot colder than I thought they were, so I overshot that. So when I came back out, I was side by side with Babushka, who I let off a little bit so I could kind of squeeze in between him and Dees, but me and Dees were coming down to the bottom of the hill side by side, and I tried to stay on track, and he just ran into me. As simple as that. Little disappointed. Spots like it's not a favorite track, I guess, but I'm very good here, and it's very disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a hell of a pole lap for you.
I had you in my top 3.
And I felt like I had way more in me at that point too. I wish I could have gotten a third lap in. But you know, it is what it is. A little upset. Still a little bitter.
Well, when you go back and check the stream, our view of you getting spun out was rather fantastic. You went in the air, like all 4 wheels in the air.
Very nice.
But that was after hitting the wall, so you might want to get checked out for trauma or something.
Yeah, hopefully the medics can check you out, clear you.
Looks like I walked away just fine. I might.
So
I might have
on the back of a
neck problem
moped to the
later.
pit lane, I guess.
Oh, but yeah. So, yeah, it's disappointing. 15 seconds into the race and I'm done.
Yeah.
What was supposed to be over 90 minutes of racing is.
Yeah, guess I'll have to find something else to do.
Well, I mean, we had people voluntarily retire. Oh! Sorry, Only Use My Dad gets a bit wide coming out of turn 16 there, and Babushka gets by without DRS assistance. And Only Use My Dad is caught napping because he has 0 ERS to catch up. What a fantastic move by Babushka.
Yeah, it's the second time they swapped places in that corner, by the way, so...
Yeah, it looks like
This will be a continuous battle going on through this throughout this race.
I've been
Buffer.
following these guys, and it looks like, you know, they're gonna keep battling it out, which is probably not their best bet because they're gonna lose a lot of time to each other.
They've already lost. They had a 7-second gap to P3, 8 seconds after the VSC started, and they're down to only 2. You know, that could be because they're fighting. That could be because Boring, even in the alpha, is very quick. But it looks like
making a move again with DRS.
as
Babushka is saving his DRS, rightfully so.
sorry,
If
as
they're
Van.
smart, they'll just play DRS tow along and just keep pulling each other away from the rest of the pack.
Yep.
As Gore loses another position to Van Beets, actually, on the...
I just saw a
on
car
the
go sideways. Who was that? That was Wally. Again, coming out of Radeon, just before the DRS straight.
Is he out? Is Wooly out?
No, he's still racing. It looks like he has some wing damage. He's losing
Yeah.
an M plate on the left side.
He's missing his entire, like, 100% wing damage front left. And sorry, just as we say, Gore now fighting with the McLarens and not really being able to put in a dent. We do have a team radio from him about, you know, how he feels about his car at the moment. Hopefully you were able to hear that, but he is not happy with the pace of the Williams at the moment.
When he's in P9, it's a good spot for him. Up 6 spots.
I think if he just holds steady and doesn't try and push it too much, I think he can make up a lot of time on others that are going to make mistakes. I don't think we're looking at a top 5 finish, but you know, maybe.
My
for
podium
Wally
this
here, I've been
even.
following him a little bit. He needs to pit because he is losing so much time.
Yeah, just a tire wear update. I know we are in a 100% race, but the soft tires now are starting to fall off a lot. We're at lap 8 of 44, and they're already at 30% wear just across the board for virtually everyone whose telemetry is turned on. By the way, I want to bring this up just to the people here. We should absolutely ban the people who don't have their telemetry on. This is getting so infuriating.
Kubele making a move on
league
Van
ban.
Beets with DRS.
Not welcome back.
Yeah, so he
Gets
does,
up
and
to
they're side by side.
P10.
Van is on the soft, so look for him to steal that position back as they come through Lake Hill. Yeah,
He does
Van's
try
able to
to
get
do that.
braking a bit harder. Oh, and Kubele is pushing him off. Wow.
Good battle between those two. Holding on to that last point. Cublé locks up his rear right, going into that long right-hander.
And now we have a team radio message from Van Beat.
Okay, he pushed me off the track. I think you have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space.
And I completely agree, Van. All the time you do have to leave the space, which Cublé did not coming through Lake Holmes, forces him wide in the second sector, or the second part of that complex. And now Van is looking probably to get back. He's depleting a lot of his energy. I don't know. You said Van was on auto, right? Or is that just Niall?
Yes, Van is on auto DRS. He's on mode 4 right now in sector 2, so.
Because that's he's using mode 4, chasing him down in sector 3, which is unfortunate.
Auto ERS.
And he'll actually be out probably by the time they get to oh, and Van goes
Van
really
goes
wide!
very wide.
Oh, but that's a lot of time he just made. Looks to go for the inside. Cublé, no. Does not go for the inside, just had a little look. Cublé positioned himself quite in the middle of the road, just wants to get that defense off.
Boring is now within 8/10 of only use my dad, who's like behind Babushka a little bit, is already out of the DRS zone.
And it looks like
Boring
Cublé
clawing his way up the field. He's
is going to be looking.
11th now in P3. Good start for him.
Cublé is going to be looking for a move on Gore coming into Camel here. It's probably going to be really easy. Although he is depleting most of his energy to get by, I'm not exactly sure why he did that. But Gore still has a lot of his energy left, and ooh, that was close but tight.
Very close, yeah.
Yeah, Cublé is now completely out of energy. The Williams is a potty box, but it is.
Oh, Gore
not
almost goes for that. Wow.
Yeah, that
was
was
very,
that was.
very gutsy.
I think Gore's kind of decided that with the Williams, he needs to look for every opportunity he has. He can do defensive driving, but he'll lose the spot on the Camel Straight. So over the course of the lap, he just needs to keep getting back by these people by looking for maybe opportunistic moves. But he is losing ground to Cublé fairly quickly, and Van is right back in his grasp again.
Boring making a move on the inside of only use my dad. And that's Boring up into second place from 11th. Very good start from him.
Yeah, I think realistically, Boring could probably take the win here in that Alfa Romeo. He's fairly uncontested. The only thing I could see tripping him up is tire strategy. Starting on the softs is a bit of a necessity for him, but wasn't great. Only Use My Dad goes wide, loses time to Boring on the exit of turn 1 now. And it looks like the fight for P9. Oh, Cublé goes wide on the exit of the bus stop, and Gore gets back by, taking advantage of a.
Going out the inside.
So they are, and Figlin has a very good view of this. Oh, Van comes completely across. Cublé kind of ducking back in. Fife, can you configure? Can you configure
too wide going up Ratty on Figlin. What a move!
I just did, Kia. I just did.
Yeah, and Cublé, Figlin does get by Van Bates and
a much better drive out of Radion. That's 2 spots for him. Wow.
And by the end of the lap, that could be 3. I imagine he'll be eyeing up Gore, and Cublé is hanging in there with the mediums and the Toro Rosso, but he just won't be able to.
Yeah, Figlin, he was only about a second. He's a second and a half behind both Van and Cublé, and saw his chance, took it. Amazing double overtake there. As he's eyeing up Gore, who's in a slower car.
We got chat saying that Doth still has a soft stint coming up and could.
I
well
did
also.
I did see that, but unfortunately, if we look at the gap to leader, he is 12 seconds behind. That's only going to increase in the next couple of laps, especially as he continues to not get a deal. Oh, and that's Figlin off Figlin's spot.
No, the commentator curse. I am so sorry, Figlin.
And that is
back into the position where he was just 2 laps ago. Does he have wing damage?
No, he does not have wing damage, but he does have warm tires and some worn tires as well.
Okay, well he needs to be careful as Wizard passes Niall.
And
Wizard goes very wide though. Niall gets that position right back.
Cublé is shoving Gore through these turns now. really like pushing him through the gearbox. But I wanted to mention, coming through Sector 3.
Oh, they're almost 3 wide. Van Beets trying to get on the action as well. Do they go 3 wide? Van Beets.
Cubalay gets by Gore.
What a battle this is in TV cam. Up they go up Radion. Van Beets has to let off a little bit so it doesn't go too wide with Gore. It goes onto the grass, saves it. Just barely.
And Van is completely out of energy now. But Gore, with the DRS and a lot of ERS, is going to be looking for a move on Cubalay coming into Lake Home. Does he get it? Oh, and he spins Cubalay! Cubalay now below Figlet.
Oh boy. Well, you saw that coming. I mean, Cubalay had so many battles in that corner.
And it's
So
just
many
gotta be
little
said.
touches.
They touch Martin!
They
Yeah.
do touch.
And they do.
Oh boy.
Van Beets still on the back of Gore. Gore almost loses the back end there. His tires must be overheated. Van
is-
Beets looking to make up some time.
Van looking
on
for a
the
move on the
Williams.
outside here through 15, 16, 17. Not gonna be
Yeah,
working
he
too
needs
well
to be
for
patient here.
Yeah, he can get him on the straights, because what I observed last lap, Gore's final speed through a speed trap getting to bus stop, he's at 297. Van is at 298 right now, 300. He's at least 15 kilometers an hour faster going through this. But Van is completely out of energy. He's on 0%. What is the
Yeah.
game thinking?
Yeah, that's auto ERS. I mean, as only but
Gentlemen,
actually the first
50
one.
viewers. 50 viewers, boys.
50
Awesome.
viewers. Nice. Well, we're
Yes,
gonna be
we are
looking.
not all American. Actually, me and Kia are both Canadian. We are very offended.
I
He's a
did
communist.
correct myself. Ajax Soho always gets the facts right.
There you
course
go.
you-
Thank you, Ajax. Appreciate
Boring-
it. Only use my dad. The first one to pit goes onto the hards. That'll last him, I think, the whole race.
Yeah,
At
probably
least the end.
definitely should. Boring. I don't think we caught this, but Boring is now into the lead
Yeah.
of the race, and I don't think
Yeah, we
there's
missed this.
a lot that can be done to stop him unless we check the. Yeah, it's still 12 seconds back to Duff. That's a decent amount of time. He does have a soft stint, but he's gonna start losing time on the
Ooh.
fresher tires to.
Van Beets really struggling. Goes wide onto the gravel, coming out of sector 1. Van Beets,
BMW Power gets by
top-
Wizard now.
So he does.
And coming through Sector 3, I think this is going to be another battle into the bus stop chicane.
Yep. I'll just keep an eye on the battle with Van Beets and Gore. Let you know if there's anything exciting happening there.
Yeah, it looks like
Ooh, Van Beets
Wizard
touches
on
the
the
curb and loses the rear a little bit.
Wizard on the softer tires isn't using as much as his DRS as he
We have a
could.
slow
But
tour also on sector 2. Is that Cubalay?
that'll be Cubalay, yeah.
Cubalay.
Cubalay is the Toro Rosso in Sector 2, so that should be him.
Yeah.
BMW Power setting the
mistake.
fastest lap of the race while getting chased down by Wizard. And it looks like BMW is actually almost under energy, but so is Wizard. They're both at about 20% on mode 3 coming through Radion right now. And this will be a slingshot maneuver from Wizard. He'll probably open the ERS, open his DRS, use the last of his energy. Oh, and there's a bit of a collision. Red Bull goes wide. Wizard taking the outside of Lake Holmes, comes through the complex, and Wizard is ahead again.
I almost expected BMW just to dive bomb that inside, but good on him to be patient. Just needs to stay in Wizard's slipstream as his DRS. And I wonder if anyone's gonna go for the undercut here. The top 5, all on 12 lap old softs, they might be thinking, you know, is it time to trigger the undercut soon? I think those softs should be still pretty decent. As Van and Figlin going side by side, and Figlin taking that position.
And
Van
just on
losing
the
some pace here.
on the topic of tires, we see that Only Use My Dad is already pitted, triggering the undercut. He's on the hards. That'll last him to the end. But crucially, he's still in 8th position on those hards, on the new hards too. And I don't see him losing that spot to Only Use My Dad. Or, sorry, to W Gore. So he can only go up from here. BMW Tower is out! BMW Power is DNF!
coming out.
Yes!
It's a safety car. Full safety car here.
Full safety car. Now is the time to pit. Let's go to the pit lane to see Boring. Yeah, definitely coming in for the pit.
Okay,
That'll-
now BMW
so does
not on mic.
Babushka.
That'll be.
It's so unfortunate. That's both Red Bulls with a. Oh, and Niall actually hits the wall in pit entry.
Yeah, doesn't get spun around completely though. That's nice.
Man,
Boring
I should
in.
stop. I mean, commentator's curse is a real thing. I've talked about, Figlin and he spins, and I've talked about BMW being my dark horse to win this race, and EADNFs. Yeah, looks
And
like
that
a busy pit lane here.
Yeah,
Let's see
that
who
is-
gets that on top.
That is
Boring still
Boring.
takes his first place.
Yeah, that is Boring out in first place on the mediums. He gets to pass the safety car, so he does another lap. No, he's actually behind the safety
And-
car. He's picked up by the safety.
Interesting to note here, Doth actually goes on the softs, so he thinks the softs will last him to the end of the race, which was not going to happen.
No, that's crazy talk. I'm not. Does Doth? Did he pit from the mediums?
Yeah,
He might go medium soft then.
perhaps
that-
he needs to have a really good middle stint here, as Gore stays out, as
If
this only used my dad.
We know the softs can last 14 laps, so that's both of them combined. That's 30 laps. He could absolutely do it. He can definitely do a soft to soft, and that's honestly might be one of the better strategies for the guys who are pitting off of the mediums, because you don't want to go mediums to hards on this track. I think the soft to soft might be a bit faster, considering you're over a second faster on the softs throughout your entire stint. Honestly, everyone in chat's making a big deal about it. I don't think medium to soft is the worst idea possible. I think it might actually be pretty good. It's especially in this kind of race where it's kind of for fun and you're just testing stuff out. It's really useful to maybe kind of take some unconventional strategies as well.
Do you think he could still be in the mix for the win here?
Win? Probably not. Boring just got too good of an opportunity out of that safety car. Gore hasn't actually pit yet, and he's gonna need to pit and lose all of those positions.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think Boring with that safety car is fairly cemented. Only Use My Dad looked to be in a really good spot when he pit onto those hearts, but that safety car giving everyone else a free stop is really kind of not done wonders for his strategy. And it looks like the pack is fairly bunched up now. The incident should be clear. But we have 4 stragglers at the back who I doubt will be able to actually catch back. Considering Cubelay is 27 seconds behind the pack.
Yeah, no, safety car is not in this lap, so
Yeah.
we'll
But
have
that's
another
still-
lap to catch up.
That's an
for those
entire
stragglers.
sector he needs to make up, and it doesn't look like he's actually, I don't know, racing at full pace just to save those tires a bit, but that's maybe not the best idea. Because as far as I know, all it says right now is catch safety car Q. There isn't, or there shouldn't be a delta for him. Wooly is actually kind of racing to get back. He's already closed the gap to Cubelay, so those guys will be hurrying him along because they can't actually pass under safety car. So he's going to need to really pick up the pace.
Yeah, Ghibli needs to pick up the pace here.
Yeah, you got timed out because you spammed emotes and emojis, buddy. You can't do that. Or
Yeah,
Nightbot,
that's
not
Nightbot.
like-
Nightbot is our Lord and Savior. Everything Nightbot does, we stand by unanimously.
Nightbot is unable to make mistakes. He's a robot.
Yep.
Just a little update for you on P19. Still rogue. Solid
Yeah,
points
I
for
mean-
Williams there. Solid position, sorry, no point. That's a good 19. It looks like the Cubelay little pack has caught up. I imagine the safety car is probably going to be in this lap or so he's going to he's closed the gap down, but it's still 13 seconds. Oh, and it looks like there's a bit of passing under safety car. Hello.
Gore goes
Gore-
on the grass.
Oh yeah, Gore's completely off, loses the positions anyway that he would have lost had he pit. I honestly think it's a tactical blunder from Gore here not to pit and change up his strategy.
14 lap old mediums is gonna have to pit relatively soon anyway.
Is he looking to... no, he will not be looking to repass and get back to where he was before. That's good.
So it is in this lap. Kubler has caught up to Gore. Everyone's in this little train. But you know what safety car restarts mean? Especially up Radeon. Let's see if there's any sparks that fly coming out of turn 1.
No, you know what that means. It means that P2 is going to be obnoxiously alongside P1. That's how we do it here.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on board with some of the guys in the back. You can watch the guys in the front.
Looks
Try
like
to
Babushka is actually
catch
giving
any
Boring a lot of space for some reason. You definitely want to be a lot closer than that, because right now Boring could just gun it and... oh! And Babushka gets a 5-second penalty, or sorry, Of the Hood gets a 5-second penalty for corner cutting under safety car. Babushka tapped the rear of Boring, and Boring is off already with a 1-second gap off of safety car restart. Nile is going for a move into turn 1. Nile goes wide all the way to the other side of the circuit, cuts Babushka off, and that is a impressively aggressive move by Nile. Babushka drops a position to only use my dad now, the Haas on the rear of the Red Bull. It is realistic performance, so we'll have to see how that goes for them.
Oh. Niall
But-
is sitting duck here.
Oh, Babushka!
That's an amazing drive. That's going to be one spot.
Will he recover both of the spots, going for the inside of Lincoln? Yes, he does, and he's right as aggressive. He is as aggressive as Nile was to him. Did not leave space on corner exit. He took that position and said, "Thank you very much." No fighting about that. Wizard
And
looks
as
like he
the safety
loses.
car came in. Sorry for the interruption. Gore actually decides to pit as the safety car
Interesting.
came back in.
Interesting move by him. Again, thought it was a tactical blunder, but there we go. Babushka up into second position. I saw out of the corner of my eye that Wizard lost a chunk of space, and now he's right on the back of Willie Freyer. Willie, who is on the harder compound of tire, and I think, yep, that is some Ferrari team radio. Let me just get that on.
Okay, so Fernando is faster than you.
And it looks like Ferrari will be, at some point, considering swapping Wizard and Wooly, because they are too close and on different tires.
Well, Krieg's, the Mercedes and the Ferrari, trying to battle it out here. Wizard defending that inside. Let's see if Krieg's makes a little move up into bus stop. He does.
Yep,
Breaks
it goes
a
for
little bit later.
Oh,
Gets up the
Krieg's
space.
Krieg's
The
braked
Wizard.
way too early. Couldn't get the exit he wanted.
Yeah, good drive out of the bus stop though. He'll get try
and-
for another move into turn 1.
Seal, that
Brakes
was
late.
not. Oh, and the Krieg
Overshoots it.
with a very special line through that turn. And just a quick correction to our audience: that was not in Hockenheim 2010. Thank you. That was in Australia 2010.
Doth making a move on the hood. They're side by side.
Oh, yep, and the Racing Point of Figlin has a very good.
there's
Oh,
contact!
there's contact.
And it comes back on again.
Touch Martin!
They touch.
They touch Martin!
They do, touch. And that is Of the Hood drop. Oh my God, that is a dive from Of the Hood. Oh, and can he keep the position on Figlin? Figlin might go for another dive back through turn 14. Turn 12 even, and through Fouon. Will Of the Hood be looking for another move on the coming straight in Sector 3? Who knows? But that is
Just caught a spicy tidbit in the team radio channel from Figlin. He is aware of the Hood tapping him and decided to give a little love back.
Oh, awesome.
Interesting.
That's
All these battles emerging after the safety car restart.
oh,
Cube
looks like
lane.
Duff is going for a move on Van, gets the drive. He's able to make that happen through Blanchemont. Van actually lifts just a bit.
Yeah.
Just to make sure there are no issues there. Van, a very cautious driver. Will he go for a move
Cube
coming
lane.
into bus stop?
Cube and Hood side by side.
So they are. Oh, and Cubile outbreaks Hood and tries to cut him off completely. Hood going for a switchback now through the exit of
Decent
the bus.
drive. Ooh, gets a little
And
bit of
DRS
here.
is enabled this lap. Nile went for a move on Babushka, but lost it. Babushka retained second position. And now will Figlin be going for a move on Van now? And will Van be in range to go for a move on Doth Thou Hoist? Sahil, I watched the video today to pull that audio. Figlin does not go for a move through Lake Home, keeping behind Van. And it looks like Chipsy gets a move done on Wizard. Yeah, Wizard drops below Chipsy in the Ferrari. Just a quick moment of F, and to really appreciate the 5 drivers who unfortunately DNF'd before the race has been complete so far. We hope to see that number go up.
Oh yeah, what happened to Gore?
Oh yeah, Gore has DNF'd on new tires. I'm not sure.
He might have retired in the pits, maybe?
He might have asked to retire the car from Williams. They had a shot at points, but that car is a potty box, as we've mentioned before.
Yeah, they need to save their parts as many as they can.
Sahil, you're on crack if you think I can tap out. Sorry, just having an argument in the chat right now. Now, Krieg is hoping for an issue between Wizard and Chipsy here. Wizard's actually probably going for a move back on Chipsy now. He lost a bit of drive out of turn 16 there.
Figlin makes a move on Van Beets.
So he does. He's passed into bus stop fairly securely. Boring takes the fastest lap.
The rear a little bit.
Oh, but Van picks up.
Van
picks up 3 seconds of penalties. And he's actually hold on.
Sorry, Niall only is my dad very close. Now decides to play it safe. Might wait until the straight, and good 3-way battle here for 3rd position.
Oh, will Duff be looking for a move up Radio? I think he might.
He is.
Leave space. Oh no, Niall is into the wall. Oh no, Niall. Oh, Niall, baby.
They touch Martin!
They do touch, unfortunately.
Oh. And then only my dad reclaims 3rd position.
Oh, of the hood
Yeah,
gets past Wooly.
Oh, it's heartbreaking for the Red Bulls today.
So it is. Wizard gets past Chipsy. Wooly drops the spot to of the hood. And the battles continue to be close between them. Between everyone so far. The battle for P3 right now is intense. The battle for P6 is pretty good too. And the battle for P10. All very, very close. And just in the lull of action, I'm just going to go through everyone and check who has penalties. It doesn't look like many of them do. Van, the first one I see who has penalties, 9 seconds of penalties.
Sorry, Doc going up on the inside of...
Only use my dad
on the straight. That's an easy move for him.
Especially on those softs compared to those hard tires.
Yeah. And then Figlin, I think, will try to capitalize on this mistake from Only Use My Dad.
Yeah, Only Use My Dad breaks deep and locks. Not the greatest exit. And ooh.
Will we see another car trying to make a move up Radion as Cublé is getting time on Van Beets on his softs?
I
think the gap is a little bit too far this time.
I think drivers have got to be a bit cautious. I would never personally. Cublé looks for a move on the inside of Radio, which is not something you can actually do. But he
will
is
make the move on the DRS. Yeah.
The outside of Kemmel, he might move back just to cut off Van. Yeah, just to show he has the distance. Van looks for the inside, but absolutely cannot make. And Cublé is fast by, looking to catch up with the battle for P3 so far, which has been fairly stable at the moment. Only Use My Dad is actually out of DRS range of Duff now. And
meanwhile, Boring is sailing away in P1.
Yep, with a 5-second gap behind him. It's just a smooth race from there.
The Ferraris do swap places, as you predicted. Wizard up into P9.
Fernando was faster than him. It turns out. And it looks like the fight for P8 is the biggest one we have at the moment. with everyone within a second of each
Oh,
other.
wait,
Oh, that's the Ferrari! My God, Mustasign!
I just
touch
caught that.
Martin!
They
That's a
touched.
VSC. Wizard
is a
oversteers into the wall, understeers into the wall, comes back onto the track, and
My-
Wally behind him collects. As we have a
Mine
VSC.
God, was that necessary? And people are ducking into the pits to get off of those softs. That's an interesting decision to get on new tires. I wonder what they'll be going for. Will Duth be moving on to the mediums to get him to the end of the race? Yes, he is. Duth is going to be switching to the mediums to get him to the end of the race. That's a really interesting dynamic, actually, because those are free pit stops against people who have, 7 laps isn't something to scoff at. It's still a bit of wear on those mediums. It's 10%, and that 10% is going to come in handy in the dying laps of this race. But it wasn't a full safety car. It's a VSC. I think everyone's gotten out of the pits fairly well so far. And the VSC is actually ended.
Again. And that just destroyed all the battles that we had, because now nobody is in DRS range. I mean, that incident, I just switched to Wally as he collided into Wizard and ahead, and
I just saw
a heart attack. It gave me one for sure.
I saw a wheel come off, and as I was browsing through the things, and I just had to go back to it. It was intense. And as we look, it's 5-second
Gore is
gap.
actually telling us that he spun under SC while trying to get his race engineer to go away with his new strategy.
So we did see him spin. I don't believe that actually was the DNF, though, was it?
No. I wasn't a DNF. I don't know if he just...
If it happened again or something, maybe.
I think he, went to go to the pits to retire and go have a nice little chat with Jeff, perhaps. People making up time on Only Use My Dad, both of them on fresh mediums.
So he is, and that'll probably...
This stream is incredible.
Yeah, if, Kubel is going a bit wide there. Oh! That's close, and there is!
They touch Martin!
They do touch! Oh, and Kubel just loses a bit on exit, has to back out of the throttle, and that's, has to leave Only Use My Dad to go. And
we
really
are
get
only halfway through this race. We've had a
Oh my
lot
God.
of great battles.
So I had to take a phone call, and I just got back, and I was still following Wally, and I caught a perfect POV of that incident.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I caught Wally just completely slamming into his teammate.
It looks like Kubel is going to go for a move again.
A relatively easy move. Only as my dad was on 0 energy that time, so it was harvesting. Now he needs to stay in the shadow of Kubel.
I'm gonna go be bitter. I hope the rest of the race is as exciting as it has been.
You can go support Figlin, your teammate, in the Racing Point. He's in P3 right now.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Alright, guys.
Bye-bye.
And it looks like, Only Use My Dad is fairly close. Kubel is actually 9 seconds behind his teammate. I wonder if Kubel will ask for team orders when that happens. We'll have to see. But yeah, Only Use My Dad looks like he's going to be... Ooh, Kubel does lock up a bit coming into turn 15 there, so Kubel might...
Oh my goodness.
We've had so many accidents there.
Understeer there.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. I just came back.
That'll be...
You missed a lot of action as...
Oh!
Kubel
Yeah.
gets huge. Oh, sorry, Only Use My Dad gets huge drive out of that corner.
Kubel is still on the inside. Let's Only Use My Dad go. Probably looking for the switchback. No, Kubel actually takes the slower line.
The straight. Yeah, he's on 0 ERS. Smart from him. Just charging that up. Meanwhile, Only Use My Dad up ahead only has 30%.
Oh, yeah, Kubel is locking again.
Locking up, yeah.
We'll have to see if he goes for another look up the inside of Radion. Bleh. Or if he tries
Both
to get a move done.
on mode 4 on ERS.
So they are, and yeah, Kubel...
Oh, little bit of a scary moment there from both drivers.
and Kubele is past Only Use My Dad now, coming into Lake Holmes. They both went on opposite sides on each either of the apexes of Radion, so they went right to left and left to right.
Gentlemen, this is Ajax signing off here.
Thank you. Appreciate all the pit lane reporting.
No problem at all. I feel like that could be something we start doing. That was fun.
Yeah.
Appreciate it,
So,
Ajax.
I only use my dad. Struggling a little bit with his network.
All right, good work, guys. Have a good rest of the stream.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
he drops back about 1.7 seconds just from Lake Holmes itself. Duth is actually fairly close to Chipsy now. Duth on 2-lap-old medium tires, and Chipsy will be struggling with those 16-lap-old hard tires. Chipsy's at 20% wear on them. They're not particularly bad. They're not going to be understeery or anything. They just will be that much slower than the new medium.
Yep. Yeah, look for Doth to make a move in the front straight. Probably won't make a move here. He's probably just going to save his ERS and go for a move later in the lap.
Yeah, I'll be expecting most moves that happen from now on to be probably in the Camel Straight, just because it's the easiest place to get by. And we do actually have... Wow, wait, what? That is a unnoticed promotion of a position from me. Rogue is now up into P18. He's completed a lap. Wow.
Doth going up on the outside from Chipsy, who defends, but to go side by side. Chipsy
they do leave each other's space, which is very clean racing from that.
Oh, but Doth gets better drive. No, he doesn't go for a move there.
Yeah, he had a little
tries
look
to
up
stay
the
patient.
inside and just backed out of it.
Harry Hotspur asks, how long do mediums last in this race?
To
I would say about
30 laps.
Yeah, about 30 laps. So yeah, 50% race usually lasts about 15. Remember, these laps are very, very long, so maybe a little bit of less laps than usual. But yeah, I'd say about 30 laps.
Chipsy and Of the Hood, actually everyone should be going to the end of the race on the compounds they're on right now.
Yeah, I don't think we should see any more pit stops unless there's a safety car. As Doth picks up a penalty for cutting that corner a little bit.
That'll be his first penalty. Chipsy has also 3 seconds of penalties. Will this be a move here? Chipsy leaving room through Blanchemont. And Chipsy going wide but coming back on. Picks up another penalty. Goes for the outside of bus stop, and Duth is nowhere to be seen. They do not go side by side.
Yeah, well, Doth needs to make this move sooner rather than later as Kubele goes up at the outside of You Only Use My Dad, who touches them on the rear. I'm not sure that was consensual, but Only Use My Dad, late braking. Does he pick up a little bit of wing damage from that incident?
Yes, he does. 25% damage on his right side.
But he still goes for a move up to the inside of Kubele, who lets him by.
And he gets it done. Kubele was probably looking for the switchback, but again, Only Use My Dad putting his car just right exactly where you'd expect to be able to make the switchback.
Meanwhile, on the DRS straight, gets by Van Beets. And Doth going by Chipsy. So yeah, those moves.
Kubele getting the move done on the Camel.
Yeah, on that straight, on the Camel straight, it's super beneficial just to save your ERS for that specific part of the track with DRS. And Bob is your uncle, as they say in the UK.
Do they? I didn't know that. Well, you did spend a semester studying abroad, didn't you? Or a year?
Yeah,
So,
when I was abroad and when I was on exchange, I really found myself.
Oh, really?
Really retransformed me.
That is literally what happened.
Regardless.
That is literally what happened during my exchange to China. So there we go. We're both cultured people.
Yeah, you can see how the pace is from Doth right now. He's already a second ahead of Chipsy, gaining on Van Beets. I think he's gonna make his way up the grid here.
As just a quick update on the top 10. I think we're fairly solidified in the top 10, unless any of the top 3, or sorry, the top 3. If any of them, throw away the race, essentially, I think this is fairly cemented. No one else is pitting.
Well, Kia, we have about, what, 18 laps to go?
Oh, I'm very aware. That's why I said if no one throws out the race. I just think everyone else will be.
Kia, I'll translate for our viewers here. Kia is trying to throw a commentator's curse on the top three just so we can see some incidents.
You.
Heartless from you, but I respect it. Van Bates is looking like a sitting duck here. Doth passes him even before the DRS.
So he is. Rogue is up into P16. Not entirely sure what's going on here, but if you check his telemetry, it's going up. He's actually racing. He's currently at 230 kilometers an hour.
Oh yeah, I see that. I think there's an invisible ghost here. The ghost of Spa-Francorchamps. Going about 300 kilometers an hour.
Cody's, we love you, but Cody's, you suck so much.
I mean, if there's 2 more retirements,
if there's,
you might get points.
It is feasible if the top 3 take themselves out, as I try to curse them to do. It's feasible that Rogue actually gets a points-paying position. So, you know what? That's okay by me. As we're just checking in.
How well is he driving right now? He's making up so much time. Over the hood is the next target here. Will he make it to bus stop without losing his position? Yes, he is, because Doth is saving his energy, rightfully so, for the Camel Straight.
Doth looks to be going for the outside line. No, he actually backs up and decides not to take the turn, or not to overtake in that turn at least. He's got DRS for the start finish, and will definitely be looking to get the move done on Kel.
Yeah, Over the Hood has about 12% of energy. Well, goes very wide actually in that corner. Yeah, makes a mistake, and now Doth doesn't even have to wait. Or did he do that on purpose? Now we have DRS. We have a. Oh, Kublay's DNF'd.
Kublai has DNF'd. Oh my god! You know what that means?
Keep going for now.
I can't. It's broken. It's broken!
It is broken. That is heartbreak for Toro Rosso. Not that he was in a points-paying position at all, but it is always upsetting.
Kublai wasn't a points. He was in P8 and P9, I think.
No, he was at the bottom. He had lost a lot of positions.
Yes, Dr. Pepper, we are on realistic performance now, so you know all these performances from slower cars are just that more impressive.
Yeah, no, this isn't equal engines at all. Equal engines or equal chassis, which is probably more important for some tracks, but Spa is definitely a power circuit. You could just see by all of the straight lines.
And yeah, 6.6 seconds separates Doth and Figlin ahead. Make that 6.4. Let's see just how quickly that gap closes, because Doth is driving very, very well.
Yeah, especially as we talked about, I said going on to the new set of mediums could be beneficial because, you know, 10% is nothing to scoff at. I imagine he's probably around 10% now, and the front runners are currently on 20% wear average. So it is going to be interesting to see if that actually makes that big of a difference, whether he can close that six lap gap down. He is a quick driver. He is in the Toro Rosso. I'm not sure how that stacks up against the Racing Point of the McLaren. But as far as I'm concerned, I think the Alpha's fairly untouchable. McLaren, I would be surprised if he got near it. And Racing Point, I could see. That would be exciting. I think Fig would need to lose a lot of time in certain sectors. And, yeah, we actually have 12 active racers, if you count. You know what? I think the thing I'm the most interested in right now, other than Van's overtake on Chipsy, which he gets done fairly well, but now he's out of energy. Or sorry, that was actually on Of the Hood, not Chipsy. The thing I'm most interested in is what is going to be the pit strategy of Rogue. I really want to know at what lap he pits for mediums, or you know, what have you. It looks like Of the Hood might actually be looking for a move back on Van here as we come through Fall. Dr. Pepper says he has his money on Rogue. You know what? At the start of the race, I would call that smart money. Now I would call that throwing away money. I'm not sure what you're expecting. from a car who's... Yeah, that's some interesting telemetry. You call betting on Doth is easy money, eh? Well, at current, it unfortunately does not look like he's going to get a points paying position. His last lap was a 150.1, and Figlin's was a 156.
Well, points go all the way to the top 10, Kia. Not sure if you knew that.
Or sorry, I meant podium, not points. My bad.
Of the Hood, clawing at Van Beats. He seems to be struggling on his medium stint.
Looks like Of the Hood's probably gonna go for a move on the Camel. Van overtook.
Van.
Oh, Van. Van overtook there just one lap. Oh, and Of the Hood actually makes it for the grass. And he gets by. Wooly sending the fastest lap of a 148.6 on the mediums in the Ferrari. Scuderia, Tifosi. All those words. And yeah, Of the Hood gets past. I think these guys are gonna be switching back and forth fairly often. I think Van is gonna be able to retain DRS position on Of the Hood, especially considering the car difference and the tire difference. I don't think it'll be too hard for Van to stay within a second when he really needs to get the power down on the straights. The McLaren engine will kind of put himself right up against the Renault. And he's actually sandwiched by the two Renaults. Chipsy is at 30% wear on those hards. They'll probably start to be degrading fairly, not severely, but he'll start to notice the understeer and maybe not being able to take all the lines exactly how he would want to take them.
Doth has made up about a second and a half on Figlin already in a couple laps. So our Amazon AWS predicts that about a 50% chance of an overtake. Either he does or he doesn't.
That is how everything works in life, actually. Welcome to living in a binary world. Well, I mean, if the money that you're betting for easy money is on winning, unfortunately, I do think Doth could take a podium position. I think it's 50% likely he takes a podium position. I don't think it's likely he wins. Boring is just too far ahead. If we check the gaps to the leader, he is over a pit stop behind the leader at the moment, and that is not going to happen unless there's a random safety car and just the perfect strategy and things go wrong for Boring or Boring DNF. Van doesn't actually get the move back done on Of the Hood just yet. He's probably going to be waiting for another lap. Although that is the tactic
Safety
of someone.
car.
Oh, safety car. And that's only used by Dad is out. On the Camel straight off of Radio. He just got launched and into the wall. Wow.
Well, there you go.
And you know what that means?
And Chips gets a drive.
I can't, it's broken! It's broken!
So many drivers telling their engineers that their car is broken. The engineers just telling them to keep going, but they can't because it's broken. And you know what that means? We need exactly one more DNF until Rogue is in the points. And you know what else that means? New tires for everyone.
Yeah,
that completely neutralizes Duth's advantage, but it does put him right next to everyone. That really decimates the gaps between the cars now. And the safety car will actually be waiting to pick up Boring outside of the pits. He won't be flagged around once more. Oh, only as my dad says he crashed on purpose. That's a crash gate. You know, Renault got disqualified from the 2008 championship for doing exactly that in Singapore.
And Doth doesn't go to the pits. Doth stays out. Everybody else, and literally everybody else so far,
is on softs till the end. That is a tactical blunder from Duff. That's track position, but softs till the end against 10-lap-old mediums, not going to happen. Especially not in that Toro Rosso.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting.
And can I just talk about, just for a minute, the ethical ambiguities of continuing this race, considering one of the competitors who has just caused this safety car has admitted that he caused the safety car on purpose. No, it is not equal cars. It is realistic performance. But yeah, so Only Use My Dad purposely crashed, and that brought out a safety car. I think that's
Yeah, that's kind of annoying, but we'll go along with it, I guess.
I'm certain some people will have some words for Only Use My Dad if that, loses them the race or something. Not that I don't think Boring can win it from here, but that is, maybe if Duff did put them onto softs and put them in real contention with no gap, I would be pretty upset. And that is, everyone onto the hards, and it'll be, honestly, the most interesting thing for me. I know we're talking like, wow, major changes, safety car in the last part, everyone's softs till the end, other than Duff. I want to know if Rogue will be able to get those positions on everyone else who's DNF'd, or whether he'll be too slow. But if we are talking about tire strategy, we have, out of 10 racers, 2 of them who have decided not to pit. Kriegs is on soft tires anyway, and he's fairly far behind. But at least they're all on the same lap. It's Doth Thou Hoist who's the real question here. If he pits now, he loses a lot of track position that he probably wouldn't have lost before. You call him the king of Spa, but even a king needs, proper equipment, and old rubber against new rubber and softer rubber, not gonna work. It looks like the car is staying out for one more lap. Do we know what the relative performance of the Haas against the Toro Rosso is?
The Haas against the Toro
Or sorry,
Rosso?
the Alpha against the Toro Rosso.
Well, the Alpha is supposed to be the slower car between the two. However, Alpha does have the Ferrari engine.
Yeah, that is.
But Boring, actually, fun fact, Boring was very impressed with Doth's performance in practice. He was complaining about the very fast speed trap that Doth was setting.
I think those are fairly good points to bring up, but again, I just don't think that 10-lap-old mediums can really overcome the gap that'll be made from softs that could easily make it to the end without any kind of tire life stretching or whatsoever.
I want to see Niall climb back up here, because he's had some unfortunate events here in this race.
I think it's interesting to note that the top 3 are actually at the back, so the drivers have filtered themselves according to what we thought was skill, except for the top 3 are just a bit out of order. But yeah, I wonder if the Ferraris and the Merc and the Red Bull in on softs with less than a full tank of fuel will be able to really put up a challenge against maybe some of the faster racers who are in the shittier cars, or in the slower cars, I should say.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting. And again, safety car restart, anything can happen. Everyone's on the soft, so everyone's going to be like, oh, fresh tires, I can make a move here. And again, yeah, interesting to see the one and only medium driver. Yeah, no, I agree. I think this is a mistake from Doth.
I'm not so sure that he'll be able. Oh, and safety car is in this lap, so we'll have to watch them carefully. Doth might choose to put himself right up against Boring, but honestly, I would not be surprised if Babushka got an early move done through the Camel, just due to the fact that he doesn't need DRS to beat a medium 10-lap-old tires. He just needs a slightly faster car, which the McLaren is, on softer compound tires, and he just needs a decent turn 1 apex, and he can essentially keep the power pinned, take Radillon normally, and he's passed. There's not much he could do. Safety car is in now. We go back to Boring for the restart. Crosses the first safety car line, and we are racing again.
Yeah, look at Krieg's a little bit lagging behind. Niall on the back of Wally.
And yeah, Babushka, turn
position,
1.
Yeah.
turn 1, Babushka is already passed, and that's actually kind of crucial because there is no DRS for the first 3 laps. So that is Babushka able to take it through through Klemel, using the slipstream of the car ahead to probably keep ahead of Duth.
3-way battle here.
Yes, it is. Oh no! And that is Duth up into second position by virtue of the Racing Point and the McLaren.
There was no room there. No room on the outside there.
No, there
It was
wasn't.
a little bit ambitious as Babushka goes on
and
the
rejoin-
gravel, almost collects him.
Oh, and there's more RG Bargy. One of the Renaults just. What a dive by Hood. That was optimistic.
Where did that come from?
Oh, and another one. That is Chipsy spun off the racetrack. And that's Duth with 2 seconds behind him due to utter calamity of the Racing Point. I'm not sure if those soft tires really matter anymore, because that is quite significant damage off of the line, especially if either of them have wing damage. Yeah, Figlin is 36%, 38% is left. Babushka's not even anywhere to be found. He's behind his teammate Van. Van with no damage, but Van, I don't have confidence in his ability to get back up into a podium position.
Well,
It'll
Figlin,
be.
I think Figlin, does he have damage?
Figlin has damage. Yeah, he's got medium
so
damage.
There you go.
So I think that is Duth up into second fairly securely,
Wow.
by virtue of Figlin just putting his little snout where it didn't belong and pushing them both
Yeah.
into a wall.
That is, I mean, I gotta give it to Chat. I mean, Chat was right and we were wrong. Duth, I don't think he's gonna catch a board.
No, I absolutely refuse to admit Chat is wrong. Chat, you were wrong if Figlin hadn't pushed Babushka into a wall. So. Oh well, and you're still
10
wrong.
laps to go.
You're still wrong. Duth isn't gonna win. That's just.
Krieg
That's just
got
not
up
happening.
on the hood in his slipstream.
Oh ho ho!
And no
And
one
here-
actually pits here, so everyone's gonna continue with their damage. Do touch, Kia.
They touch Martin!
Do that. Another little interesting tidbit. Duth is just over 3 seconds ahead of Fig. But he does have 3 seconds of penalties, and I'm not sure how many warnings he has, but he could lose from. Yeah, he just went wide there as well. He could grab another penalty and be severely behind in terms of penalties. He'll need a 6-second
He
gap
has
to
2
fit.
warnings.
So, yeah, one more warning. That puts him into needing 6 seconds of gaps, which it kind of looks like he is able to accomplish now. It'll be
Figman
interesting.
only has a 1 behind. Boring has...
Van has 15
1.
seconds of penalties.
Oh, okay, well... Yeah, so Boring and Duth both have 3 second time penalties. Boring has 1 more warning on top of that. Duth has 2. So how about Van? I know Van's picked up a couple.
Van's picked up 15 seconds.
Okay. 15 seconds.
Your teammate, he chose the run.
Babushka, 1 warning, 2 warning. Never mind. So he's got.
Oh, Babushka goes deep, and if there wasn't another car there, if Fig was not there, he might have been able to get the position. Krieg's losing out to Of the Hood. Niall getting past Wooly. Chipsy into the pits for wing damage.
Train here behind Figlin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, 7 car train.
I think Duth has a lot to thank Figlin for. Figlin is holding this train back, especially without DRS. They can't get by, and his damaged car.
Well, DRS did just come on, and there's going to be some passes going on here. Van Beets loses a position to his teammate Babushka Of the Hood right behind him. But yeah, no one's really catching up to Figlin yet. And as Niall goes up in the inside of Wally, Of the Hood goes up the inside of Van Beets onto the grass.
Ooh, and
Niall
Niall
just loves diving down that corner.
Niall pushes Kriegs wide in turn 10 there, and gets past him as well. And yeah, Figlin's already 6 seconds back on Duth, so that is, ooh.
Yeah, huge train here. This is something is brewing up here. I can tell. Ooh, who was that? That Babushka going wide.
Yeah, that was
Up
Babushka
ahead.
picking up a bit of gravel and moving it back onto the circuit, as we've seen a few drivers do so far.
Kriegs go down the inside of Nile. Mercedes and the Red Bull. Oh, Kriegs lets off a little bit.
We'll probably
Worried
be
that
looking
Nile
for a
wouldn't have
move
left
into
him
the
space.
into the bus drop. No, he's lifting a lot. Kriegs is being really cautious here, and really not looking for any moves because he knows if he gets past Nile, that just puts him even further into the train. And I think it might be appropriate now to discuss the conditions under which I think that Duth could win, and that is probably if Borean either screws up, and that could come in the terms of spinning, which he hasn't done so far, so we're fairly confident he won't do that. Duth picks up.
penalty.
I was about to say, if Borean picked up another penalty and Duth did not, then he's probably golden, but at the moment it's not looking like that. Babushka and Babushka and Fig are
Hood
fairly
goes
close
wide.
now. Yeah, Hood did go wide. Oh, is Babushka looking for the inside now? Coming through turn 10? Oh, he was very conservative there. Didn't want to run into Figlin. But yeah, Babushka's going to be looking for a move on Fig in the coming sector.
Yeah, and Nile and Van also very close. Babushka going. Did you try to go down the inside there? All sorts of weird lines taken of the Hood.
Yeah, of the Hood trying to get
Trying to
involved in
squeeze
this.
out.
Oh,
Oh,
and now he
This
gets
is
hit
a
by
battle.
Van.
Battle
Van,
and
who's
a
getting
half here.
pushed through by
Oh,
Nile.
Oh, that's off the Hood, off the track.
Oh, and that's Van! Van spins!
No, man.
Oh,
teammate.
Van! Oh, no.
They touch Martin!
They did touch, and they
Oh,
spun.
that is the saddest they touch Martin of the race.
So it is.
But we race on, still good battles here. Krieg's trying to make up some time on Wally Freyr. Decides not to go down the inside. But he's very close. He will have DRS on the pit lane straight. So not close enough. We have 7 laps to go. It's been a hell of a race.
A common cold, as someone who's studying linguistics, I feel obligated to tell you that those are not at all pronounced the same way. The difference created is not what's called a minimal pair, which is the difference between one
Okay,
sound.
Babushka, anyway, back to racing. Babushka's on the inside of Figlin.
So he does, and Figlin
Ooh,
finally
gives him a little
relenting.
bit of a tap.
Yeah, finally relenting the position. Babushka takes it.
Yeah. And now Babushka needs to pull away as much as he can.
Yeah, which
I don't think he's
unfortunately.
gonna have time to catch up to Doth though. Almost 10 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, that's it's not looking so brilliant for Babushka, although I could see a world where that happens. It definitely puts him within penalty range. He just needs 6 seconds of race space, and the question is, can he
Figlin
get
goes
them?
wide of the Hood, goes on the inside. Wow, that was a brilliant move. They're still side by side. They touch again.
Oh, and Figlin completely torpedoes him! Oh my god!
Oh, that's a safety car again.
Martin!
And Figlin is
Off the Hood,
immediately
out of the
back.
race.
So he is, and that is the biggest they touch Martin we've ever seen.
Oh my goodness, safety car again.
Will Duth take the opportunity to pit now? Probably not.
I think no. Yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's
Unless he wants. I mean, he does have time.
yes, he is.
does?
He is going to.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
That's all. And he taps the rear of the wall. Something we've seen other drivers do as well. And I can confidently say now, there's a chance that Rogue gets into the points with 9 drivers remaining.
Yeah.
And for the 3rd time this race, Borean has been caught by the safety car. Babushka up into P2. Wally Freyr in the Ferrari up into P3.
Oh,
Fantastic racing from him. Kriegs in the Merc up into P7. Fig, Nile, and Duth have all pit.
Yeah, now Van back into 6th after getting spun. Phew,
Wow.
we've got a race.
We had a race.
While we have the safety car.
We had a race turn 1. I'm not sure about you, but that is.
We have
Ooh,
a
are
driver
we...
of the day poll in our chat.
So we do.
Viewers,
Let
feel
me
free
let me
to,
just. Let me. Sorry if the stream's a bit shit. I'm in the middle of voting. Let's see. Who do I think? I know who I'm voting for. There we go. Yeah. Of course. And as we're in the lull, before we discuss tire strategy and disappearing cars, because Wooly just lagged behind me, Acom and Cold and everyone else who is a Doth supporter, if you stick around, I will show you the IPA chart and explain exactly how you're wrong. But as we're commentating at the moment, the rest of the pack hasn't really caught up, and this has been truly a race of attrition. We have less than half of the competitors that have started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 100% racist, man.
Creeds? Did Creeds just pass Wally in her safety car?
Yeah, I think he did. Because Wooly. Oh, I saw that. Wooly lagged behind Creeks. He was there one moment and he disappeared, and I'm not sure.
Doth just picked up a penalty for colliding
he
Wally
did
in front of him.
Wow, that's a very severe penalty, and my boys, it's looking like Doth 5-second penalty coming into the final laps. He's great, but I don't think he could pull a 5-second gap, especially having to fight through the field.
Oh, Wally just lags again.
Yeah, lags behind Doth again. And that is Kriegs up into P3, but Kriegs has 27% wear on his tires. And that's not something to scoff at. That is a decent amount of wear, especially considering he's up against somebody who's on a fresh set. And let's just go through the penalty situation once again. Actually, the car situation might be even better. Boring in the lead with only 3 seconds penalties, and I can't tell you what his tire wear is, but we can go to Babushka, who also is on this identical set of tires. He's at 20% on average, basically. He's also got 3 seconds worth of penalties, and behind him is Kriegs. Kriegs also on about 27% average, with 9 seconds of penalties. Doth with 5 seconds of penalties plus a 5-second unserved. That's 11 seconds of penalties. But
5
again,
plus 5 is 11 now?
6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not sure how you think multiples of 3 can add up to a 5-second penalty.
You said, okay, someone in chat can flip that.
No,
right?
Nope.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Continue.
Wooly Frere also have 6 seconds of penalties. 6 times, because it's 3 times 2 corner cutting penalties for 3 multiple warnings. Van Beets, 15 seconds of penalties. That is a multiple of 5, actually.
Nice.
Wooly Frere, sorry, not Wooly, we already went through Wooly. Nile with 6 seconds of penalties. Fig with 0 seconds of penalties, and Chipsy with 6. Fig is in a position to inherit a lot of positions.
Wait,
this lap.
so Figlin has
0 seconds. So he's in a position, because everyone in front of him has at least
he has 1 warning.
6.
Wow.
Everyone else has at least 6. He's in a really good position to inherit third, if he can keep within 6 seconds of the position 3. And are we racing a safety car in this lap?
It is.
Okay.
Safety car in this lap. We have 9 runners left, plus Rogue in the pits, sipping his tea, watching this all unfold.
Oh, and you know what? While we're talking about pit strategy, really quickly before the restart, Rogue pits for soft. 1 lap holds.
Lovely.
And the safety car restart as we come out of the bus stop.
Racing again.
Yes, we are, as we cross the line. Now we are under race conditions with overtaking available, green flags all around. No overtakes off of the safety car restart. Ooh, Babushka gets a bit wide. That'll be Kriegs probably leading the charge up into P2. That'll be Kriegs with the second position now on Warren Harns, but giving slipstream to everyone. Van takes 18 seconds penalties total now.
Doth on fresh softs. There go do they go 3 wide? No. He thought
No,
about
but-
squeezing in between Babushka and Kriegs.
Yeah,
but
Babushka
he
takes that
decides not
position.
to. Babushka back into second place. Kriegs all over his tail though.
Yep. And, yeah, Mercedes in third position. Never mind, in second position. Hashtag still we rise. Yes, it is. He's actually Valtteri Bottas. If you notice on the yellow stripe of the T-cam, means he's number 2 driver. And let's be honest, Bottas is Robotas number 2.
Miles all over the Van Beets here. Does he try to?
Will Kriegs actually
pass.
go for a move? Yes, he does. Kriegs goes for a move and full, and they're both
Ooh,
wide.
Van. Yeah, same with Van and Niall. Niall and Van are moving in the same place, and it's forced wide off that corner.
Now, I just want to see. So, Boring is getting a really, really good gap. That is very, very good for him, that Kriegs and Babushka are fighting in front of Duff for him. Now, if we check the gap to the leader, so we can see that position 3 is 3 seconds back from the leader, and Fig is 5
Sorry,
seconds
Doth
back.
making up a move on Babushka, who has a bad run through that corner, and Niall right on the tail of Wally. Van Beets goes wide and loses place to Chips Figlin.
Oh! And
Late braking.
Babushka dives up the inside of Duff and gets by for the bus stop chicane. That was a fantastic move by Babushka. There was a bit of contact, but that is
We
that
got
is
to
badly.
wheel from Niall and Figlin. Figlin on the outside. Niall though in the Red Bull.
Oh!
Ooh, taps Wally on the exit a little bit, but Figlin gets much better drive on the outside.
Yes, he
Could've been
does.
his position going up Radion.
And that
so
is
close between these cars here. As
that
we
is-
have 3 more laps of racing.
that is extremely good news for Fig here, because it means that if he doesn't get a penalty, the most vital part here is that he does not pick up 2 more warnings, or another warning if that's what it is, because he at the moment inherits 3rd position right now. He is in a very, very good spot to win out on penalties alone. That is fantastic from him. Actually, he might even inherit up to 2nd position. So that is something to keep your eye out. He just needs to keep within this little gap here.
Yeah, but DRS not active until I think next lap or the lap after.
It's certainly a tall order in the Racing Point, following a Red Bull and a Ferrari in front. But I think Fig definitely can inherit positions just from that. It'll be interesting to see whether he gets a penalty later for his rather questionable whatever happened to cost the safety.
It almost hits that wall.
And that'll actually leave him exposed to a move from Figlin coming through Blanchimont,
Yep.
probably into the bus stop. Oh, Figlin needs to back
they
out.
touch!
No!
They
And
touch!
yes, they touch! Oh, no, Figlin! Oh, Figlin.
Niall and Figlin, just as DRS gets re-enabled. Get
Oh.
collected.
That's an utter. Oh! Chipsy
Chipsy
has
gets
been disqualified.
I think he forgot to serve his drive-through.
Yes,
He
he
had a
did.
drive-through for speeding under safety car, and he didn't drive it, or he didn't serve it.
That is.
Now he jumps into the pits.
That
Meanwhile,
is.
up ahead, Doth has DRS on Kriegs.
That is
Goes up
just.
on the outside. They touch too. Oh my goodness, Doth is sideways.
Yes, Duth is. Yeah, Duth is in P5 now, rolling along an 8th gear. I think he's. I'm not sure what's happening here, but Duth is definitely out of podium spots, reversing back onto the racetrack now. Rogue is actually not in the points, if you'll notice, and yeah, Duth actually loses the position of Figlin. That is calamity in the last 2 laps for both
I
Fig
don't know
and
why he went
Duth.
to the outside there. Kriegs was, yeah, there was no space there. Regardless, battle for P2 continues. Kriegs up ahead, Wally and Babushka behind, trying to win that position. 2.5 laps to go. Still anyone's race here, honestly. Anyone can happen. Kriegs goes onto the gravel. Wally thinking to move out the outside, decides not to risk it just yet.
Oh, and it
Babushka
looks
just
like,
watching
yeah,
this all
that Ferrari power for Wooly is gonna come in real handy. Hopefully he doesn't shove
Oh, he's going
Kriegs
for it.
through. Oh, he gets a bit on the grass. Hopefully that doesn't unsettle him too much. Oh, and it goes wide, but it keeps the
Goes wide.
speed of that Ferrari engine
And now
as he
Babushka
gets
goes
past.
on the outside of Kriegs.
Oh, Babushka almost rear-ends the Ferrari there. Everyone's cutting the corner. At least,
Corner.
At least Babushka made an attempt to get back by. Kriegs just completely flat out ignoring the corner, just gunning it across the runoff. And this is some very, very intense racing. Kriegs probably goes really wide because he had to give Babushka the position for corner cutting a legal overtake. This is playing havoc, and that is Wooly up into P2 in the Ferrari. Way to go, Wooly.
I mean, I think he's been our most consistent driver so far, except for Boring, obviously.
And Tack, may this be a lesson to you. This is why we don't do the driver of the day poll until after the race is done, because Duff is in the back now.
Yeah, well, that's not how they do it in real F1, fortunately.
Yeah, well, real F1 is dumb. And they don't have straw poll, but we do.
Straw poll is better. Man, yeah, what an exciting... Honestly, the whole race, never a dull moment. As soon as, you know, we think there's a bit of a settle down period, something happens to trigger a safety car, and that just triggers all the calamity.
Yeah, that's it's certainly been a race to remember. Fortunately, the stream didn't actually catch the start, or just the tail end of Duff spinning on the account.
It was just Doth trying to go on the outside at the end of the Camel Straight.
Did he catch the grass?
Yeah, he was on the grass, caught the rear left tire of Kriegs, and yeah, it started to go sideways, and that was it.
And may I just say, I feel like the Duff fanboys have really replaced the Wizard fanboys. We know who has truly the best fans in this community.
Yeah.
The best fan.
As we start the last lap of the Spa Grand Prix.
It is the last lap. Even this close after a safety car, the gaps are fairly big. Boring in the Alpha sailing away, 9-second gap in 3 laps to Wooly in the back. Wooly in the Ferrari with 6 seconds of penalties. Will he lose the spot to Babushka? Yes, he will. Babushka has to stay within 3 seconds of Wooly to inherit that P2. Van Beets, with 21 seconds of penalties, is getting sent back all the way into P7, promoting everyone else behind him. And I think, yeah, unfortunately for Fig, penalties will not save him, especially considering he's running without a left front. Left front wing, I should say. If he was running without a left front wheel, I think that would be illegal. But yeah, that is a mega disappointment and a huge plot twist at 2 points after the final safety car restart in the last 3 laps. And we're just gonna ride on board for the last, 2 sectors or so of Boring, who really has commanded this race from the start. And you know what? It is a moment where, after everything, I just need to say this race has been a whole lot of Yahtzee. Exactly. This is fairly intense racing. Very, very good racing for everyone. Edge of my seat the entire time. As we come into
with his wing damage, losing some time to his teammate behind Van, about a second.
And Babushka is not going to get P2. He is outside of the time he needs to inherit the P2 from Wooly, unless he can recover it in the final thing. Boring comes across the line to salute.
Wins your Spa Grand Prix.
And
Wally
here
behind is coming in second on track.
And we have a bit of team radio now from Boring.
Woo! That's gonna leave a mark.
Whoops. This.
You've done it!
Oh my goodness, Niall and Figlin. What is Niall doing? There's still some racing going on. Niall.
Oh, Niall!
Touch again.
Gets past Fig, does he?
What is this driving?
Oh. And I think Figlin's got it on penalties alone, but that's Niall into a wall. No! He just saves it, and that is some Mad Max to the end.
Okay, what a race that was.
That's
Boring with the Alfa Romeo. The second slowest car on the grid takes P1 after a crazy race. McLaren and Ferrari round out your podium. Yeah.
All I gotta say is that was a very race from Boring. Absolutely fantastic. Really put the pedal to the metal there and just got himself sorted. Well, that will be
Yeah.
that in terms of
Broke P12. Great
Broke
result from
P12.
him, going from P18 to P12. Only 22 laps behind.
He actually finishes in front of his Williams teammate of Gore, who started 14th position.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll have a look at the votes here for your driver of the day. And it'll go to Doth. Congrats to him. With
Interesting.
2 of the 4 votes that we got in. Thank you to all of our viewers.
Well, that was
Fantastic.
a real blindside. Pray tell, who were the other votes?
I was Wally and Righteous.
Ah, yes. You see, Righteous was my vote. I think he did fantastic for the 2 corners he was in the race.
Yeah, a really just stunning performance from him.
And now it comes to the difficult decision: are we going to do interviews?
Well, I'll pop into the main chat and see if anyone's down. I'll go. Actually, it looks like Boring has left, so he's not available to comment. Wally Frere, I think I'm just gonna move him right in here, and we'll have a chat with him. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Wally, my friend.
Congratulations on P2.
Thanks. Cheating when you have the fast.
It was not cheating. That was more opportunity than anything. You let everyone else crash each other out, and then you just swooped in and took that position. Slow and steady wins the race, my friend. You were the tortoise, not the hare, because all the hares ended up in the wall this race.
Yeah, felt good.
Yeah, well, just tell us, like, you were at the back for the beginning of the race and just slowly found your crawling the way up. Saw the carnage. Did you see the carnage around you? Or how does that play
I have
into
some
it?
good footage of some cars exploding in front of me and carbon fiber flying out everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it definitely felt good. But that being said, I still had my own, I still plowed into my teammate and took him out of the race.
Oh yeah, we saw. That was
Yeah, the annoying part about that was that I was having a difficult time getting ahead of Off the Hood. So I
Of
just
the
couldn't.
Hood?
Of the Hood. I couldn't get past him. He was right in front of me, and my teammate was behind me. So I was like, all right, I'll send him ahead, and maybe he'll have a better chance of overtaking Of the Hood. And before it even within a lap, he had crashed into the wall, and then I crashed into him. Probably not the best choice right there, but still. Yeah, felt really good.
Now, I had prepared a lot of radio lines, and I was considering getting the Mein Gott musst das sein one, but instead I had to go. No, I think it's very. I don't think the Ferraris will crash into each other. I just not that big of a chance, and of course they did, and I didn't get it, so I had to say it myself. It was a real disappointment. Forza Ferrari, Tifosi, all that. But congratulations on P2. That was a very, very well raced from you.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, I hope you you have had a chance to compose yourself after seeing your teammate just completely obliterated and crashing into him.
I'm sure that's post-traumatic stress disorder and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's also weird that the 3 fastest cars, the Red Bull, the Ferrari, and the Mercedes, all only had one driver at the end.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's team battles are expected.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations.
Thanks.
Enjoy your last little week of break before we see you in Canada.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to it. And yeah, I'm excited to watch the stream, guys. I'm impressed that you guys.
It's
that was a
something
long
else.
haul for you guys to go ahead and.
Well, it was a long haul for you guys to drive all that, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Imagine my surprise when I looked at the clock after qualifying. I'm like, wow, it's already been an hour.
Oh yeah.
And
the
then
qualifying.
4 safety cars.
Yeah. Qualifying, I screwed up in qualifying. I didn't get out of P1, and that was because I didn't notice until I was on my last hot lap that I had 15 laps of fuel in the tank for each one of the qualifying runs.
Interesting. I suppose you loaded the setup and just went?
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
Well, it's better than Niall, who just straight up invalidated both of his chances to get a time in Q2. Or a Q3. Yeah, Q3.
Good.
Well, congratulations again. Great race. I think you could proudly wear this P2 for the rest of your time in ARC. Did very well.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Next up, I believe, is
Boring. Hello, you've been moved from the AFK channel, and I hope you're not AFK. And he just left.
Nice.
Fantastic. Thanks for that. I agree with that. Boring. Really insightful interview there.
Next up should be Babu, probably. He was P3, right?
We'll get Babu in. Babu,
What's up?
welcome to our interview channel.
Thank you.
Well raced. Tell us just overall thoughts as the finish line.
Yeah, man. Crazy race. A part of me couldn't help but feel a little bit disappointed with third. Not much I could do though. Trying to stay up with the Ferrari ahead of me with Wooly when he was in second. He just had so much more power. But other than that, I thought I did a pretty good race. I think it was probably one of my cleanest races I've ever done. I only had the 1 3-second penalty, which was dicey at best.
Nice.
But yeah,
It's just more impressive since the 100% distance. So
I know I've surprised myself to be honest, and so yeah, pretty happy with how it went. Wish I could have held on to second. There was no chance of me catching Boring. That dude he's fast. He's so quick out of the exits, and so fun race. Lots of craziness. Lots of questionable decisions by drivers.
well, I'm sure we'll see a lot of clips of those, and we definitely caught some fun times. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun.
All right. Well, hopefully you enjoy your couple of days of break, and we'll see you in Silverstone.
Yeah, word. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have
my mom.
Van Beets.
Oh, hi.
Van Beets,
Van,
tell us.
You're talking about your mom? We'd love to hear that after
your
race.
She came in mid-race and gave me a penalty while going up Eau Rouge. That was fantastic.
Oh, really? Yeah, so that's why you ended up with 18 seconds of penalty?
No, okay, the other ones, yeah, that were my fault, but the 5-second one I got, that was definitely my mom's fault, and I'm holding her accountable.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sure if you get a video of Karun Shandok saying that, you could appeal it to the FIA.
I gotta ask one question. Did you catch that straight overtake where I passed 3 cars? Please.
Maybe.
You'll have to watch the stream.
I don't even remember what lap.
Van, you don't understand. So many people passed each other on the Kemmel Straight. Like,
I passed 3 cars. It was so crazy.
Yeah, that's not a rare occurrence in this race. That happened at least 3 times.
Did it? I need to rewatch
Yes.
them. See what you guys have.
Well, yeah. Well, Van, you were in a good position, and then this just unfortunate incident there in the sector 3, I think.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened there.
Oh, I can tell you what happened.
Well,
Big touch, Martin!
Yeah, that happened. Yeah, we touched. I don't know who I touched. I think it was Off the Hood, but Off the Hood was kind of being aggressive this whole race, But shit happens. I wasn't too mad that I got spun out because I already knew that if I was with a pack, I was gonna go down because of my penalties.
He just needs.
So wasn't too worried, but then somehow I climbed my way back, and Figlin fell off somehow, and then Niall fell off, and I finished 5th. But I was really disappointed that I did not get past the first quality. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with the way that race just happened, maybe qualifying towards the back was a good thing for you. Avoided the carnage. You can ask our pole sitter Righteous how he feels about getting pole.
Yeah, I knew when I said that, I was like, yeah, being from the back ain't that bad.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, how did you expect to finish where you finished today? Did you expect to even
after that quali? I was like, wow, I'm screwed. I'm gonna finish fucking 13th maybe.
Well, we apologize, viewers, for the colorful.
Yeah,
language.
sorry.
Sorry, it's such. I'm
family show.
Exhausted. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Enjoy your rest of your break. We'll see you in Silverstone.
Yes, very fun. See you.
Next, I would like to talk with Figlin because we've reviewed some evidence, and it does look like he may have torpedoed of the Hood in the dying laps of the race. That definitely looked like he definitely upon review got back onto the power and steered into the Renault. So If we could bring him in here for just a quick second, I would love to ask him about it. Hello, Flagelin. Hello.
What? What's
Welcome
up?
to the interview chamber.
Oh no, I don't want to do this. Sorry.
So you're saying no comment to your incidents?
I mean, the Nile one I think was my fault. The Sideheart one.
No, we're asking specifically about the Renault in the last couple of laps of the race.
So the side the
Of the hood.
Sideheart of the hood. Yeah, that was. I don't think that was really my fault. He kind of came out of nowhere.
I mean, it does
bounced
look
him,
like
I completely ricocheted back into him. Like I had no control of it.
I mean, it does
I'm
look
watching
like
right
you applied the accelerator while also turning towards him. But
Well, when someone hits you and you have literally 1/10 of a second to spawn, you kind of leave your foot on the thing usually, on the accelerator. Yeah, I have it right now. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well-
I kind of killed Nile. I was let off the gas, but
But hey, you had a very consistent race. You only had one warning, I think, at the end.
this has went out 3 times.
Only driver not to get a time penalty.
yeah, you were actually on track to finish in P2 if you didn't have that
I know.
incident with
Yeah,
the
I know. I don't really know what to say.
All right, well,
Shit happened.
shit does
All right.
happen. Thank you for taking a bit of time for us. And
Yeah, I'll post the incident.
enjoy the rest of your break, I guess. You should be back for Silverstone next week, right? Or no, it's this week, right?
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, it's just in 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah. Probably get P10 in qualifying again.
All right.
I'll see you guys later.
Cheers. Thanks for the race. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
entertainment.
Yeah, that was very fun. Sweaty.
All right. Next up, last but not least,
Hey man.
Creeks.
Yo, what's
Hi,
up?
Creek. How is the
Welcome to
Merc?
our, interview. You had the quite the honor of driving the Mercedes. How was it?
It was all right.
I'd like to point out you were Valtteri Bottas, right? So we can't say get in there.
Yes, exactly. I picked Bottas because I like him more.
Right.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so porridge or oatmeal? Which one did you have this morning?
I had oatmeal this morning.
And did you update your firmware to Robotas 3.0 or did you leave it on 2.9?
2.9, less bugs. 3.0
Right.
has a weird bug.
Of course. Where
Well, yeah, you were in P2 at one point. Were you
Yeah.
sort of expecting yourself to be up there, or were you a little bit surprised?
Not really. I've been doing a lot of Spa and GT cars, so it took me about all of quali and a quarter of the race to figure out how to drive the F1 car again.
Nice.
So
Well,
it was a
it's best to
little
learn
challenging.
on the job,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what you did. Hey, I mean, good result. You stayed out of
Yeah.
trouble, I think, as well.
Mostly somebody came up behind me and DNF'd
Yeah.
himself.
That was
I
Doth.
was
Yeah, we
going
watched
straight.
that. Yeah, that was you on the straight, on the Camel straight, and you were covering the inside, or so the outside.
I
And,
was
he tried to
positioned a little off the outside,
Yeah.
but the angle of the car, like I was pointing myself so that I was ready to get into the turn later.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, no,
I
I don't
basically
think there
just
was
didn't
any
go
room.
straight.
I don't think there was any room for Doth
No,
on the
he went for a
outside,
room
but
that
he
didn't
went for
exist.
it. Got on the grass a little bit and touched your rear left. I'm surprised you actually didn't in there. That was a good save from you.
Yeah, that was the second save. The other one was right behind the Ferraris that crashed.
Ooh.
I went into the wall and had to pit right away because the car that died ghosted in front of me, and I ended up just getting to go through him. Otherwise, I would have been out right there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you're still coming down from the adrenaline of a full 100% race of Spa.
Actually, my hands are numb.
Yeah.
But no, it
Anyway.
was good. I like it.
Yeah, and you excited for Silverstone?
Yeah, actually, I've got GTs on Saturday,
both weeks sandwiching our Silverstone F1 race, so I have
Mm.
3 races in a row of Silverstone.
Awesome. Well then,
It
we'll
does
have
seem like the ACC calendar is a bit lined up with our own.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
accident too. That's all random.
Well, that's,
anyway,
very lucky.
thank you for the interview. Thank you for the race. We enjoyed casting that.
Thank you. I had fun racing it, and I'd
Yeah.
do it again.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, stay tuned. We might have a similar one in
Right now?
our next break week. Yeah, right now.
Oh.
All right, and we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys for watching. It's been Kia Intact in your commentary booth, and about half of the grid. Keep them in your thoughts as they.
Yeah,
finish the race.
the medical car was deployed quite a few times from just
Yeah,
the looks.
I think our driver of the day is whoever drives the safety car for sure. All right, we'll end it there. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys are interested in joining us, there'll be some links in the Discord chat. And as always, have a good one.